Welcome back. In this video, we're going to advance Gale's quest forward, and so we are actually not going to need to take him with us, which is going to be a little different for most of the characters. We're going to head to Basilisk Gate and straight west. So we'll pass the inn and we're going to head down to the square where we can find the magic store. And we get some visual remnants over here if we're too aggressive with the map, or we can see that there's something up with the wine tasting. The first thing we want to do in this area is head over to the corner and grab this waypoint. Alright. Now we're going to leave Jaheira behind and take just our Tav and Asterion, or Alfira and Asterion, and head inside Sorcerer's Sundries. We can see that Eridan, the guy from the Emerald Grove Gate, is outside complaining, and Roland, who we saved, is here at the front desk. We're going to skip talking to him for right now, although he's got a lot of great equipment and scrolls. And we're going to come up the stairs.
Gale will be sad. Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
This magical construct is designed to mimic a voicemail system for customer service, which is a pretty funny joke.
What now?
We'll break our group apart and we're going to head over to this door. You can see that no one's looking in this area, but if for whatever reason you came up these stairs and the image is looking, you can talk to any of these and they'll pivot to look at you, and when you're done talking to them they won't pivot back, so you can get them all to stare in a different direction if you'd like. And you can do that to get into these different offices, though we don't need to get into the other one. So we're just going to head over to this door and we'll unlock it. Asterion is really good at unlocking things. No guidance required anymore. His bonus is higher than the difficulty for the check. And we'll open the door. And we've got a visual bug there. The door actually is opened. So we're going to click on this classed book and that'll open a portal. And that's what we want. So we're going to head over towards it and we're going to grab Alfira and head over. And again, be careful not to walk through the door if you're standing, not crouching, because you're not allowed to be in this room. So we'll just head right in. And there are some keys and clues and stuff here, but we don't need to worry about them. So we'll grab our team and we're going to head into this portal. Now, in this first room, there's a perception check that we'd really like to make.
Don't want to think about why my eye is itching.
And it's, I think, a 15, and it's on this wall to find a button.
Someone there?
So we've got a shield that gives us a +3 in advantage on perception checks. We'll equip that. And we'll grab our guidance amulet as well. And we're going to try to... You can't cast it with the shield on. So we'll cast guidance and use our shield and see if we can come over here and detect the button. And we got it, so that's what we were looking for. And we can open the door. And we'll take the shield off, and we can send all this stuff to Alfira again. Astarion is pretty much done with combat for a while. And we'll link our team back up and head in. Over here we find a couple of chests.
For a skeleton key.
And the floor doesn't look like it's there, but it is. And this is just a random assortment of stuff. We're not doing alchemy in this playthrough, but you certainly can. Here we find some potions and a fake wall. And if we run through, we're going to find the genie's lamp, this peculiar lamp, and when we click on it,
You've arrived in the nick of time, saintly adventure. I've been trapped for so long, I dare say I'm half mad. Ho ho! Thank you for sacrificing yourself to save me. Such courage brings a tear to the eye.
we'll just say that we've done nothing of the sort.
So modest. Oh, it warms the heart. Now, remember, someone must be in the lamp at all times. Toodles!
So it would appear that we're trapped, but we're not actually. There's a bunch of loot down here. And we'll pick up what's on the ground. Some potions of healing. There's a pile of gold. Some chests. I don't think we need a animal potion anymore.
Mind if I do?
Grab this potion of flying. And some money. And one of the things that we looted in here was a scroll that would summon a closet. And if we did, it would get stuck in here and we'd get thrown out. But any summon does it, so we'll just summon Mage Hand. And it kicks us right out. And then the lamp will disappear because the Mage Hand will disappear pretty quickly. Alright, so coming back in, we'll grab our party and head in here. We'll find some boxes. They can be worth looting. Sometimes they'll have high-level scrolls in them. Sometimes just junk. It's random. We'll lockpick this display case. It is sturdy with 24 hit points, so Alfira probably can also just shoot it and break it. We'll open it and we find the Red Knight's final stratagem. We're going to pick that up. When we read it, has a scroll inside that we can cast with a really upgraded magic missile in it. Or we can have Gale learn that spell and cast it every day, which is what we'll do. And we'll come into the main area here. And you can see we're getting some prompts for saving. Just grabbing some scrolls. We open the door and we find more chests. With some gems. and another fake wall. So coming in here, we've got a secret room. There's a chest with some potions for us, some scrolls, and this caution before the Seelie. We're going to pick that up as well. When we read this, we're going to get a scroll that will summon the Deva, the flappy angel. It's one of the summons that clerics can get. And we can see that there's this door, and
Can't give up now.
as an example, because we've got the force crossbow, we can just shoot it and break it. And our character here is overburdened, so let's take a look and see what we can easily move out. We'll just send some things to camp that we don't need for the moment.
Don't waste a step.
And we'll walk inside. This whole area is trapped, and there's a mechanism to undo it. Our Alfira has already got a potion going, so she's super strong, I think. I take that back. We haven't used a potion yet. So what we're looking for is see invisibility. So if we select Asterion, we've got several of these elixirs of see invisibility, and we'll have Asterion drink one of them. And immediately we see that there's a lever that is revealed.
Shall we?
And this,
Francis Elminster, Silverhand Karsus. Each door named after a powerful wizard, but what lies behind them?
this turns the traps in the room off. So we've got the Elminster door and the Karsus door. These are the ones that we want to get through. And there are pathways on each side. So if we go through the Silverhand door, then we can run through and turn a lever that will open these doors. Or if we want, we can just cast Knock and open them.
All right.
I'll sort of show both here.
Wary. This place
Someone's
is trapped.
left a trap out.
So we'll walk in, and we're going to break the group apart again so that we can walk over and activate the lever. The illusion door is just that. So unlike the rest of these doors, the illusion door has health on it. So if we just shoot it, we can see that there's just a chest behind it.
Keep a blade close.
And we'll have Asterion run over and loot the Hellfire Great Axe.
One step at a time.
And then we can take a look through the evocation door here. We can see invulnerability doesn't sound like evocation, foresight doesn't, gate or wish. This looks like an actual door.
Be careful. There are traps about.
See, it opens. We can also use the mechanism to turn the traps off. There's also a trap across the floor here,
Consider it.
and Asterion's finding some of them, but not all of them.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
So we'll click on the lever and then jump the traps. And then selecting any other door will take us back. And when we are back into the main room, there's our Silverhand door. We can see that we've opened the Elminster Vault. And coming in, there's a bunch of chests. So loot, loot. We'll lockpick this. And open. And here we find the second part of the Necromancy of Thay book. We blew that up in Act 1. If we read it, we'll get a small buff and a curse. And when we dispel the curse, we end up with some extra hit points for the day. The Necromancy of Thay is not super good anymore. When the game had first come out, you can use it to summon some ghouls if you go all the way through the progression. You had control of the ghouls, and it was really good then. But now the ghouls are AI controlled, and so they do all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's less good than it was.
Here we go.
So rather than go through that same puzzle again, we can see that also we can just cast knock. We've got some cultivation potions. I don't think we've ever used one of these in this playthrough. So we've got level 1 spell slot, level 2 spell slot, 3 and 4. We'll just consume the level 2 potion and cast knock on the Karsus door, and it just opens up.
Time to press ahead.
We didn't need to use that. We could have just gone through the doors as well. And we should be using Asterion here just because he's got no carry weight problem, and our main character does. Lots of high-level scrolls, and this is the item that we're looking for to advance Gale's quest, the Annals of Karsus, so we'll pick that up.
A book on Netherese magic. Gale might like to know.
When we read it, we'll get a scroll of Dethrone as well, and so just bear that in mind.
On my way.
And here we find the Foe Breaker, which ignores bludgeoning resistance. Not a lot of stuff has bludgeoning resistance, although we did see that the werewolves did, so we might have done this in advance if we were planning on trying to hit them with it. Alright, and so we've looted the bottom floor of Sorcerer's Sundries of the tower here, and we can actually get here via the top as well, so at some point we will visit the wizard Leroican, but we'd like to advance Gale's quest before that. He's got some pretty funny dialogue on meeting a wizard who's obsessed with power after we've sort of coached him to not be himself. So we'll break the party apart, and we're going to crouch and go back through the portal with just Asterion, and basically we're just going to try to make sure that this door is breaking line of sight. So you don't want to get caught inside of the office. And it looks closed. So we stand up and no one's getting mad at us, so we'll grab Alfira as well and walk out. And we'll link our party back up and just head to camp, where we'll talk to Gale.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
And you can see he's got a dialogue prompt already.
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. The truth of the crown, I hope. All that stands between us and enlightenment is the turn of a page.
We'll give the book to Gale.
This isn't what I expected. This is much more. The crown of Karsus. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood.
So we'll point out that he died of that. so we're going to take option number 1.
Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it.
So we'll ask to what end?
To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
We'll take option 3. Mortals are better guardians of their own fates than gods.
Then you're already wiser than me. That's a lesson I've only recently learned. I worshipped Mistra loyally for years, and in that time she granted me the barest sliver of the power I was ready to wield. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus' successor.
We see here that Gale's having a moment of sort of power madness. We'll point out that killed Karsus.
Do you think I had not considered that? I have no intention of repeating his folly. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacked some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. Long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it.
And here we come to the crux of it. We're going to tell him that we cannot reforge the crown.
I see. I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. Spent so long feeling inferior, shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mistra took. Cure me, even.
We'll tell him that he's still destined for greatness, but not in chasing Karsus' shadow.
You're right. There aren't many wizards who'd care to be mentioned in the same breath as him, or his folly. Thank you for letting me read this. At least we can face our enemy armed with the knowledge of its true nature, and of the stakes, should we fail to defeat it.
And immediately Elminster comes to visit us, so we'll talk to him as well.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there?
We'll tell him about the annals of Karsus. He already knows.
So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mr. asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mr. knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mistra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
We will tell Gale that he should go talk to her.
I'm curious enough to make the attempt. All right. An audience with the mother of magic, it is.
Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave, if you are willing. Trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
And we'll talk to Gale again to follow up.
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
We'll ask what he thinks with option 1.
Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, you can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards.
And we'll agree, and we'll say that we're headed to the tabernacle.
After you.
And we'll break off this video here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.